What is going on, everyone? Welcome into another episode of Expected Bets for your go-to podcast for all things hockey betting. I'm Gator Betting, joined by my two co-hosts today. We got the crew back together, Betsky and Franco. Guys, how we doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. I mean, it was in La Jolla, San Diego for the weekend. Beautiful days there. There goes my camera.
Perfect.
But
Hot start to the show.
No, feeling good. It seemed like this weekend a lot of things were going right with betting, and then yesterday was one of the weirdest slates I think I've ever seen as far as just scores and outcomes. And didn't quite have the same luck yesterday, but hopefully these next 2 days things start to pick back up.
Yeah, it's an interesting period too. Most of these teams have played 2 or 3 games back too, so trying to find a groove into who's performing well. I think everyone's kind of been avoiding these Four Nation face-off players. I really haven't been dying to target anyone yet. Trying to kind of give it a week before we go back there, but I did target Werenski last night. So talking that out didn't make too much sense as I was thinking that through.
Yeah, and I mean
they scored 6 goals.
Yeah, I mean,
if you had told me, if you had told me before that game that the Blue Jackets were going to score 6 goals, I would have bet my mortgage on Werenski to get a point or an assist. You know what I mean? So it's one of those nights, you know.
Yeah, especially against the Stars of all teams too.
Yeah,
I know.
Really, really weird game. But yeah. And tonight we would have 3 games. Nothing really jumps out. I was kind of looking ahead last night. All these teams, I think, are in the top 10 for shots on goal against. So I'm not really looking to target too many players tonight, especially given these matchups. But that being said, any other news? Fox is on IR till the end of the season. That's a tough blow for Rangers.
That's big.
Yep.
You guys may have talked about on Monday, but we don't know much about Matthew Tkachuk, right?
He's day to day.
I mean, they said that he's out for a while though. Like
that's what I thought. Yeah. Like Vegas style.
McAvoy's out for a while.
Oh man,
Lindholm out for the season. But those two is just massive. Boston is just a fade right now.
Yeah. And then speaking of tonight, but Brady's not in, nor is
Pinto or Norris.
Pinto or Norris, yeah. And I mean, those two, Norris was already known, but Pinto going out's a little bit concerning, I guess, when you take out Brady as well. And Four Nations was so awesome. I really hope that's what they decide to do instead of the typical All-Star break, but a lot of these teams may not be very stoked about losing their star players for, in some of these cases, the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's pretty massive.
So hopefully we get it. And I hope this doesn't make anybody change their mind on having players participate in the Olympics, because next year that will be insanely epic if we get it, or if they send actual NHL players. But time will tell, I guess.
Well, the Olympics is going to be even more of a grind, it seems like, than the Four Nations face-offs were. There's going to be more games. There's more travel involved.
Yeah. But, when you're Team Canada and you get to play, Team China or India and round for your first game, and then, you may be picking up, say, Switzerland after that. And this was like 4 of the 5 best nations in the world battling right from the get-go. So, the competition, they'll get some warm-up rounds in the Olympics, unless the seeding works differently. But
Canada minus 10.5 versus Belarus in the round robin event of things. So trying to think of any other news. Did you guys know there's a Stadium Series game on Saturday?
Wait. Let's rephrase this question. Can you please ask it properly? The question should be, do you ever realize there's a stadium game coming up this weekend?
Yeah.
And then the answer is
NHL
always
marketing
no.
department. Yeah. Props for, I think, the week with the Four Nations. And then they've gone back and why would you schedule it now?
I saw that ad at a bar this weekend, and I was so confused of what I was watching because I didn't know what it was for. So I'm like, why am I seeing like a Columbus game ad that's animated against Detroit in Colufornia? Like, why do anybody care about that here? And then all of a sudden it showed the stadium at the end. I'm like, oh, cool. Is this next year? Is this
What do
tomorrow?
you guys think about the Blue Jackets jerseys? Did you happen to see them?
Yeah.
No,
Wait,
I haven't gotten.
Yeah, you're going back into this area of Stadium Series questions, and the answer is always going to be the same. It's no. Let's look.
I
Why?
thought they were pretty sweet. They got the giant cannon on it.
Oh, that sounds kind of cool.
It's just a giant fucking cannon. Like, it's kind of badass.
Does it say Lumbus on it too instead of Columbus? Please.
No, it's just a giant cannon. Like, that's it. I think it's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool. Yeah. And I actually kind of like the silver
colors
with the red and the blue. Yeah. This, at least it's a little bit more like unique. And
yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, like the jerseys that look the same, like as they always do, I don't understand why even do it, you know? Like, do something. This is cool. You did something completely different. It's a completely new logo, different colors, you know? So I dig it.
This should be their colors.
Yeah,
with
but
more
it's a little too dark. It's a little too dark. Like a little too dark. I feel like so many teams have just dark jerseys. I want more color, man.
Ones though.
Yeah,
it almost looks like a design a jersey on like NHL like 2015 though.
It does,
you know,
a little
like
bit, yeah.
I mean, I don't care. I don't care for the Detroit. The Detroit ones are just whatever, man. It's just.
It's like they're trying to like go retro, but in the blandest way possible.
The Detroit one looks like it could just say Dr. Pepper.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And the sad thing is, I'm looking at this and I'm like, is this from a fucking Winter Classic from 3 years ago?
A Heritage Classic,
or some other Stadium Series, or
do something different, man. Like I don't know. I don't know what you do at Detroit, but I don't know, like a city skyline or something would be cool.
One of these times they should go like goofy, like
Detroit style pizza on there.
Just put the octopus on
do
the
like
jersey.
a monster truck with
just a giant
wheels.
Yeah, giant octopus.
The octopus would be sweet.
The octopus could be cool. Like, don't go classy ones. I want the most hideous.
I mean, just put a big picture
jerseys
of
from both teams.
Steve Yzerman's face, like around the front. That'd be pretty.
Yeah, doing a soy face. Like,
I'll just say like eyes are playing.
But just the city on fire around it.
Yeah. Well, then the cool thing is, I guess Columbus is in Cleveland, so they didn't have the river that burned.
Yeah.
Because you could do
but just play the game in some random parking lot too, in like the middle of downtown Detroit. Like, just make it as trashy as possible, or like have one camera view that's like behind the goaltender, so you can't see anything.
I think they're playing this game at Buckeye Stadium, so that would be
they are.
Cool.
Yeah, that's kind of
neat. Like
that's kind of cool. And thankfully, Columbus is good. Imagine if Columbus was awful, and they're doing this huge bet.
Yeah,
well, a good game.
Stadium.
So there's two things here. Detroit and Columbus play tomorrow, and then they play again on Saturday.
Yep, it's funky.
Also, why does DraftKings have the line out for this game already?
Just in case you want to get ahead of the.
What? Like what?
The mass, like all the people that are going to be betting.
The influx of cash that people need to get money down on the Stadium Series game on Wednesday at 3 p.m.
Like the Super Bowl.
The Sharps are hammering Columbus right now. They're like, what are we doing here?
Because this is technically a Columbus at home game, so 5+ goals.
But does it count?
That right?
Does it count as a true?
Technically,
yeah.
I mean, I guess that's the big question, right?
I guess.
Can we take Columbus team total over 3.5 yet? No, they don't let you do that. They're like, nah. We'll give you the normal lines. No team totals yet.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to today's
11 minutes
slate of
series.
I mean, it was due for the NHL marketing department to get a little backlash on that one. So
we don't need to talk about these games tonight.
Yeah. First one up. There it is.
Damn it,
Well,
Betsy.
thanks for joining us, Betsky. Great show. Have fun on vacation.
I need a new webcam.
All right. Well, yeah. While Betsky figures out his webcam, Winnipeg at Ottawa. Ottawa plus 130. Winnipeg minus 155. Total set at 5.5 plus 105. Franco, I know you said before the show you were dying to get some bets off today. So what do you have in this one?
So I capped this at like minus 140 for the Jets, and that's pretty much where it was this morning.
Yeah.
Thought it was really weird not to see any kind of real movement come in towards them based on the news on Kachuk and Pinto and Norris all being out. I mean, I guess most of it was known, but looking at these lines for the Sens, you got Angus Crookshank on the top line, as
which what's the goal?
I mean, it's auto bet, obviously, but
yes,
we'll get
he's
to that,
played before though.
No, I remember Ches posted a thing. He's like, I don't believe that this is like a real human being.
I know. I mean, imagine having the name Crookshank as your last name. And sorry if you're a parent of his listening. If you are, please leave a comment because we tend to get you. But your first name's Angus Crookshank. It's awesome.
That's badass. I mean, that's a good hockey name right there, man.
It is.
That's like one of those soccer jerseys where they need both the first and the last name on the jersey. Like you need to have it wrap around the front too. Like just make it as large as possible and have it like come over the shoulder.
Yep. I love when they do that. But yeah, I mean, with that being said, I mean, these lines look pretty ridiculous. Now that Hellebuck is finally confirmed, which took a while, I had my suspicions that we were going to get Comrie, given that they play tomorrow in Nashville, and that being like I know Nashville stinks this year, but at least it's an in conference game, whereas this is an out of conference game. So I was thinking maybe that's why the money wasn't coming in on Winnipeg, and there's no movement. I thought we were going to see a surprise Comrie, but Hellebuck is confirmed, and then magically now we're at minus 155 as opposed to minus 140. I don't know. I'm off this game. I could see the Jets winning, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like Ottawa has more to play for at this point. Let's put it that way, right? Like they're a team that is on the threshold of this playoff, between there's the Blue Jackets are in there, Detroit's in there. There's a couple of teams that are kind of like vying for those spots. And I mean, frankly, they need wins right now. Olmark's healthy finally. He didn't look particularly great his first game back, but this team needs to start stringing together some wins. And they're home. They have Winnipeg, who has a back-to-back. They're going to have to be in a travel spot. So this isn't particularly like a game I would want to be hammering Winnipeg. Let's put it that way. And I don't care who you are, like you're still a person. You think they're thinking about their flight to Nashville tonight. You know what I mean? They're like, fuck, I gotta get on a flight to Nashville tomorrow. So how much is Winnipeg getting up for this game tonight as opposed to Ottawa, who needs as many wins as they can to hold that? I mean, they see Columbus and that hot streak they're on right now breathing down their necks. So they need to hold on to that playoff spot.
I need that quote card. I don't care. There's still a person. Franco the banker. I like that one. I like that.
Hey, man.
Angus Crookshank's not even offered for a goal on FanDuel or on DraftKings right now. Yeah, they know we're on to him. Yeah, not much to say here. I do like one play, and it is interesting because it almost goes back to your point of they are people of these guys that are getting kind of their chance tonight to kind of at least show something for Ottawa side of things. So I do expect a somewhat inspired effort from the Senators despite lacking talent. Yeah, I did take Sandberg for over 1.5 blocked shots, minus 135. I'm pulling it up now. Let me see if I have it. Yeah, Sandberg minus 135 for over 1.5 block shots. So he had 0 last game against San Jose, but he's on this weird trend where every time he has 0, he goes over in his next game.
He's letting that body heal,
Yeah, 0 against Washington, 3 against Carolina, 0 against Calgary, 3 against Montreal, 0 against Seattle, 3 against Calgary, 0 against Florida, 3 against Pittsburgh. So it's this weird trend. He's hit in 2 of his last 3 games against Ottawa, and he's been much better on the road this season, actually. 58.8% on the road, at home 40%. So a little off the board play, but I'm going to take him to get over 1.5 block shots tonight.
I like it. I mean, block shots is not something you want to see a guy streaking on. Like, a guy has 7 games in a row getting 4 block shots. Like,
No.
He's going to be like, please don't
hit me PTSD.
Yeah, get me the fuck off the ice here. Like, can anyone else play PK?
This is nice to see, that there's gaps in there where he's like, okay, I got to let these bruises heal a little bit. And all right, now I'll take a couple more pucks to the shin.
give me a game off and I'll be right back. But Betsky, anything for you in this one?
I got a couple guys circled now. I'm curious about Batherson, right? No Brady. So who's the main trigger man now? He had 4 games against 4 games. He had 4 shots with 8 attempts against Montreal in that first game back after break. So obviously somebody's got to shoot. Maybe Batherson's that guy at plus 130. You're getting really, really nice value on that. Again, Stutzla, I guess, could be kind of your concern because he had a similar stat line in that first game back against Montreal. 6 shot attempts, 4 shots on goal. Neither of them have great history against Winnipeg. The other 2 that, again, I'm leaning a little bit more on the Sen side here. Thomas Chabot has been on fire with his shots, hitting 5 straight. He is taking 6.4 shot attempts in those games, and he has really, really crazy history against Winnipeg. He had 4 shots on goal in his last 2 games against them with 12 and 13 attempts. I was trying to look it up and I got distracted to see if he may be from that area or anything. Because the other one that kind of stuck out is Jake Sanderson, who had a fantastic 4 Nations tournament. He is really emerging as a true number 1 defenseman. I think this is going to be a guy you hear his name a lot of in the next couple of years. Don't forget, he was a 2020 draft pick. So he's just kind of breaking into the league. I think this is his second year. Big minutes. He had 4 shots on goal against Montreal in that first game back, 8 and 9 shot attempts his last 2 games. And again, has hit 3 out of his last 4 against Winnipeg, averaging 5.2 shot attempts against them. Without Brady in the lineup, maybe we're seeing a little bit more coming in from the back end. I think Batherson shots on goal may be my favorite, though. All 3 of these guys are in that plus 130 and up range, though. So if you want to take a dart throw, I don't know. Or I would wonder what all 3 of those guys at 2 are.
Yeah, or just sprinkle all 3, and if you get 2 or 3, you're feeling real nice because they're all plus money. So I don't mind that.
So you
and again, like you guys mentioned, this is a big game for Ottawa.
Yeah, I think Ottawa is going to come out to play. I mean, it's just whether Hellebuck goes God mode, which can happen any game.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take them for the win necessarily, because this could easily be a game where while the players are playing their hearts out, they're keeping it close, they still just can't get that extra goal without some of the big guns around.
So you mentioned Batherson, Sanderson.
Yeah, Batherson may be my favorite. I wish he was on a more... His lines, the actual line he is playing on is the only thing that worries me with Ridley Greig and Perron.
So the thing is with Stutzla, right? He's got Angus coming up to the top line.
Yeah.
Is this a situation where Angus just tries to feed him the puck, and so does Giroux, because he's their main shooter on that line? Or does Angus try to play hero tonight and get a few shots for himself?
I don't know. And I had to look up Crookshank, and he already has scored in the NHL. So it's not like he's trying to get his first one. He played a couple games last season. He's been on fire seemingly in the AHL, though. I think he has. I just looked it up. I think he has 3 goals in his last 5 games. So he is a little hot.
Plus 750 to score on FanDuel
For Crookshank.
Yeah,
it just quick
drop.
drop.
It's on FanDuel, just not DK's.
Gotcha.
Hiding it from us because they can't possibly add it, I guess.
I mean, do you want that against Winnipeg though?
I mean, I am a person that will throw a quarter unit on a play like that because
Sure.
he's on the top line. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
it makes sense. He's on the
Giroux
second
and
power play unit
Stützle-
too.
Giroux and Stützle aren't goal scorers either. Like, they're
Yep.
playmakers. You know, like, all he needs to be is like, get your fucking stick on the ice, dude, and get in front of the net. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like, these guys are gonna find you. That's what they do. So,
yeah.
One more.
Sanderson. Also, real
Yeah,
quickly,
go ahead.
Sanderson would probably be my favorite of the defensemen too, just because he's on the top power play unit.
Over
Shabbat's on the
Shabbat?
second.
Okay.
Yeah, that second power play unit
is not going to get any run.
It's not going to get any time. Amadio, Cruikshank, Grieg, Perron, and Shabbat.
That's like a 1 minute 58-second power play unit.
Yeah,
the
and obviously, you know, maybe the top one looks awful and they get more time. But if I'm trying to make an educated guess and use logic of who should have a better chance of hitting, I would say Sanderson over Shabbat, Batherson over Stützle.
So I do like that Sanderson play. Sanderson's home and away splits are much better than Shabbat's by a noticeable difference. And while Winnipeg's pretty good against shots on goal in their last 10, they've allowed the 13th most to defensemen, which is kind of at least a glimmer of hope that one of them is going to come through tonight. So I probably will hop on that Sanderson at 2.5 tonight. I do like that.
You know what? You could take Sanderson at 2. He's hit 85% of the time at all season. I'm at home all season. 73% at 2 shots all season long. And then you could probably grab Batherson at 2. I mean, what are the chances of him not getting 2 in this type of situation? 61% of all games, 77% at home at 2 for Batherson. You could probably get some plus money on both of those that way.
That's not a bad call at all.
Right now.
Any other looks for you guys?
With a little sprinkle on Mr. Angus Cruikshank.
Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do, since I'm not betting either side and I don't really want to go heavy on props in this game, is I told you I'm going to bet Cruikshank because it's just ridiculous, 750. But Ridley Gregg has 2 goals in 3 games against Winnipeg, goals in 2 straight overall as well. He's plus 400 playing on the line with Perron and Batherson, like you said. So sucks that he's not going to get top power play unit time, but that's going to be my pivot to my other guy that I would put at least a sprinkle on, and that'd be Gaudette, who's playing on that top power play unit again, surrounded by talented players. So Greg is plus 400, Gaudette is plus 500. Shop it. I mean, you might be able to get better elsewhere, but again, I think if you throw like a quarter unit or even maybe a little less on all 3 of those guys, you hit one of them, you're feeling good. So I don't think Ottawa gets blanked here. Let's put it that way.
Greg is from some place called Lethbridge, Canada, in Alberta. You gotta check out this bridge, man. It's big.
Solid bridge.
It's a big,
solid bridge.
Big
Bridge.
Lethbridge bridge. Lethbridge.
Is there a right bridge?
Not left-handed, like left. I don't know what left is.
Oh,
holy shit, that's a bridge.
But yeah, maybe there's a WRIGHT bridge, right bridge.
Rival
left
high
right
schools.
Bridge.
Yeah,
Look at that bridge.
That's a big bridge right there.
That's a big bridge.
With the Sanderson play, be sure to shop around for your best line. DraftKings is offering 3+ shots on goal at plus 135. FanDuel has it at plus 142. So just a reminder for everyone out there, have multiple books because FanDuel's shots on goal have been much better than DraftKings as of late.
And you know what? You could take Shabbat and Batherson at 2 for around minus 103 and then bump them up to 3s too if you want to just do something kind of fun.
Don't forget too, on DraftKings you have like the over under, and then you have like the 4+, 3+ thing. Sanderson at over 3.5 or over 2.5 is plus 140. So if you only have DraftKings, that's better than the 3+, which is plus 130. So make sure you're checking both those lines. They're different lines.
A little Bather Sanderson.
Ooh.
Batherson. Sanderson.
Batherson.
Yeah.
Batherson. Yeah.
Did you guys realize FanDuel has first player to record the first shot on goal, almost like first bucket in NBA?
Crazy.
God, like that is. I don't know, man. That's a donation. I'm sorry. That's a
maybe Saturday for the game, the big stadium series
Wierenski,
game. I'll
baby.
dabble in that market.
The trash series.
Yeah, right. All right.
Yeah, I'm excited for that game. All right, I'm a big.
No, I know. I'm just going back to our original idea.
You're just like you just get the Stadium Series logo, like no Detroit Red Wings or Columbus Jackets, just the logo of the Stadium Series on like a hat or something, and you're just like, I love the Stadium Series. Don't like either team, just love the Stadium Series.
Stadium Series merch.
Get a jersey,
vintage ones, yeah,
just the stadium.
No, not team branded ones. I just
no team branded at all. That would be disgusting.
NHL Stadium Series branded merch.
Yeah,
I like it. Just wear only Stadium Series.
Who is that guy who just wore the NFL logo to a game?
Oh yeah,
like that. Like Franco's that guy for the NHL. Just hates every team.
Rob
Lowe. It was Rob Lowe. Yeah, he's just a Stadium Series.
I just love NFL. I can't get off of it.
Yeah, I like it all, guys. Which is kind of true, but
yeah.
All right.
Except for the Chicago Bears, but move on.
New Jersey at Colorado. Colorado plus 120. Or Colorado minus 142, excuse me. New Jersey plus 120, total set of 5.5, minus 122 to the over. Betsky, any looks in you for this one? Or Franco's nodding his head. So
McKinnon shots has been pretty nice since he's been back. Or wait, no, he missed against St. Louis. I'm sorry. He had that great game against Nashville and then dudded.
Zach Campbell. Hey, I'm excited for Big Val to be back, man. I mean, come on, let's go. Are you guys not entertained right now? We get Big Val.
It depends on his sobriety,
dude. It doesn't. No, it doesn't matter if he's sober right now. If he's all fucked up right now, he's gonna come out and fire the puck like 30 times a night.
That's what I want.
Great.
That's what I want. The problem is he may not be anymore.
Maybe.
His last game he played, he had 3 shot attempts and all three hit. Matt.
Let's just put it this way: he's at plus money for 3 shots. I think you have to automatically take it because if he hits tonight, he's going to be minus 140 tomorrow. That's all I got to say.
Right, fair.
Yeah, it's not a.
Do you want anybody from Jersey?
I do like it.
Do I want anybody from Jersey? No, I have no interest in New Jersey tonight. I think that offense is completely inept right now. And like, I get they scored 4 or 5 that last game, but like that
doesn't mean today they will.
No, this team is so inconsistent offensively this year. I don't get it because there's enough talent there to be good, and they're just not. So yeah,
they're winning games sometimes. Big Val is not on the top power play unit. Now, who knows if that changes mid-game, but
dude, that'll change like 1 second in the game because Bednar always does that shit. And
after he feeds him a little vodka shader under the bench.
These lines, I bet you if you check 10 minutes before the game, you see Big Val on the top line just because that's what they do. They always do that. So like Colorado is the least trustworthy team when it comes to lines before the game. Just be aware of that.
And man, they need a win.
Yep, 2 straight losses since the
desperately.
break.
1 goal in each game.
So I'm big on Colorado tonight. I got them at minus 130 earlier today, and I think this is a, in the combination of what I said about Jersey being inconsistent offensively, Mackenzie Blackwood revenge spot. He has. I believe he's played like I thought I saw 78 total minutes. So I guess that's like a game and like a game in relief against the Devils since he's been moved on from. I guess that was both in San Jose. No goals against in that 78 minutes. So obviously something extra to play for him. And like I said, I mean, this is a team that has scored only 1 goal in 2 straight games since the break. I'm sure they're returning home and feeling like, all right, this is a game we need to win.
This is the Wood revenge game.
Yeah,
as Exotic Wagers has
double
pointed
wood,
out.
double wood,
double wood,
Miles Wood and Blackwood.
Yeah, dude, we should find some thematic noun for all the games. Is there a different bridge that any of the guys from the last?
So I wish they offered Miles Wood shots because, like, I bet you,
I do too.
I do too.
I bet you, I'm pretty sure he always hits.
I looked for it earlier today, and
we used to have his shots.
Yeah,
he was a great little 1.5 guy last year.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, so, plus 146 for Big Val.
That's what I'm saying. You just take it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Ooh.
Franco, did you get a chat here?
Ridley Gregg, anytime goal is definitely worth a sprinkle. I'm not going like a half unit or full unit on it or anything like that. But I think Gregg, Gaudette, and Crookshanks are all worth a look for Ottawa, just given the value, given the situations that they're all in. Somebody needs to shoot the puck and score for that team tonight. So
I like it.
And there's been some weird underdog scoring lately in the past couple of days. I mean, St. Louis popping up 7. Against the bad team, but Montreal 4-0 shutout last night against Carolina. What were some of the other weird ones? Calgary didn't score all that much, but 3-1 win. It's the after break effect feels real, and I think things will start to click here pretty soon. But I think especially some of these players that had key guys in the tournament are a little bit more sluggish. And
I mean, we saw Columbus score 6 goals last night and no Werenski. So, Matthew Olivier got a goal, just like, So any given night, a guy that's down that lineup can score. And these guys are guys that are down the lineup, typically getting better situations, more minutes. So this is their chance to kind of say, hey, I'm kind of good too.
I liked Arturi Lehkonen earlier today. He was minus 145 or minus 154 on FanDuel. He's now up to minus 190. So that play is out the window. FanDuel does offer pretty soft lines, especially in the mornings. So be sure to kind of stay on top of that because they move drastically in the afternoon. So any love for Cale Makar today? Hit 5 straight. New Jersey gives up the 12th most shots on goal to defenseman. No one's hopping on that.
He's hit 5 straight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry.
His last 2. Yeah.
I don't know.
I could see it, but I don't want to be hammering too many shot props. Just given Jersey, I mean, Heischer's back. Jersey's going to try to shut down Colorado. I just don't know that they can.
McCart's 65% on the road, 50 at home too.
Yeah,
and all 5 of those games are on the road.
Yeah.
Now, it's 5 straight road games enough to tip you by 15% if you're like a 50-50 player. Maybe.
Yeah. His attempts too. I mean, during that span,
the attempts look really good. Yeah, that's really
that's the attempts. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really what gets.
I don't know if DK is a better price on him. Makar minus 145, DK minus 146 FanDuel. So maybe that'll be a late ad, but probably nothing in this game now that Lehkonen is skyrocketed. Any other looks for you guys here?
No, I'll dabble on that Nishushkin. The price is too good. And yesterday I took Konechny.
Yeah.
Yesterday I took Konechny for 2.5. He had hit it like 12 his last 10 games. His attempts weren't great, but his history against Pittsburgh's unbelievable. And sure enough, there he goes. Plus 130. It was great.
Yeah, good value on that. The other ones I would say is I think Wood's worth a sprinkle for a goal. He has a goal in 1 out of the 2 games against Jersey since being moved from there. And if you want to get real crazy, so Woods plus 750. Again, this is small, but if you want to get real crazy, you want to get real Casey, Seamus Casey is plus 1,500. Plus 1,500. The dude what's he got? Like goals in 4 out of 9 games.
Was he injured, or did they send him back down?
They sent him down. They sent him down because of just the depth they have. They have they have a good amount of defensemen that are NHL caliber. So he just was the odd man out, and he scored his first game back. But yeah, I mean, he had a point earlier in the season where he had goals in 3 out of 5 games, or 3 out of 4 games.
Yeah. So,
and first game back, he scores. I'm not loving Jersey to score a ton of goals tonight, but plus 1,500, throw a coffee on it.
University of Minnesota guy. Let's see do they play Minnesota soon?
That's a good question. Maybe
Central road trip.
Keep it on the radar.
Playing in front of all of his girlfriends, Golden Go.
And I mean, and in reality, like nobody's scoring for Jersey except for this. This guy gets one, so. The offensive players aren't doing it, so what the hell? Plus 1,500 is just stupid.
Nichushkin plus 146 on FanDuel, plus 125 on DK.
Wow.
So, yep.
But make sure you use promo code THPN.
Not our best segue there.
Well, there's other things you can do on DK, and diversifying is always good. You get boosts.
Exactly. Last game of the night.
They
Vancouver.
do not play Minnesota on this road trip. Sorry. Damn.
Okay. Minnesota's at Utah tomorrow.
March 29th. They play in Minnesota, so mark it on your calendars.
Wow, they do a home to home.
Yep.
So if he doesn't get
bet on both games,
he's going to want it. Yeah.
Yep. If he's still there, yeah, I know it's so far.
Mark the calendars, everybody.
He might not be there, but just mark them.
Yeah. When you get a random notification on March, you're like, "What the fuck is this for?"
Casey. Yeah. You're like,
just put Casey in your phone for that day, nothing else.
Yeah,
and
just see if you can recall. Yeah,
yeah.
It's called a memory game.
Your wife's like, "What the fuck is Casey?"
Yeah,
yeah. This is how you know if you're like a Rain Man or not.
All right, last game of the night. Vancouver plus 150, LA minus 180. Total set at 5.5, plus 120 to the over. Any plays for you guys in this one?
If there's one team I generally hated betting on for the majority of the season, it's LA Kings, and if there's a second one, especially as of late, it's the Vancouver Canucks. So
what a time.
The Canucks are a mess. What is going on?
Yeah, it's a train wreck.
What is going on?
Look at their lines.
They have one guy set at 2.0. They have 2 players that are set at 2.5 shots.
Look at their lineup tonight too, man. It's like
I'm looking at LA. I'm sorry.
They decided, you know what? Let's just jumble everything up and see what happens. Like Brock Besser's on the third line with Pius Suter and Drew O'Connor. You got Hedel, Dakota Joshua, and Garland. Here comes Pickford. Dude, your team stinks right now. All right, I don't want to hear your shit. And I backed them the other day, and they had 7 shots through 2 periods. It was pathetic.
Talkett's putting money on games again.
Probably.
I think he's not going to get renewed. He's not going to get renewed. So he's got to figure out a way to.
I'll go back to THN or TNT.
Yeah.
At least Quinn Hughes is back tonight. Quinn Hughes 2 points.
Once Biz finally says something that they can't bring him back from.
They don't even offer Quinn Hughes props on DK right now.
No.
Yeah. Tulip Tully is right. Bet the under on saves for. Oh my God, Rich saves is 21.5.
Oh my God.
That's like 21.5. That is crazy, man.
That's insane.
That's a low number. They had 7 shots through 2 periods against Utah the other day. 7 shots. A real NHL team, 7 shots.
Oh. Yeah, whatever.
It's not like any of the it's not even
a real tournament.
I love Quinn Hughes.
Yeah, we'll talk when I get back to him.
I love Quinn Hughes, all right? That's about it.
Yeah,
everything else I hate about this team.
Enjoy your fake medals. Oh
yeah,
no, they're not even real. Elias Pettersson's not even offered on DraftKings for shots tonight.
It's because he's poverty.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to take his under
since January. He has not had more than one shot on goal since January.
Yeah, he's hitting on the road. He's gone over 1.5 shots on goal in 8 of 25 games for a 32% rate. Give me his under tonight, and they just won't do it. It was up there before.
This season's been crazy as far as storylines goes. Flames being good, Canucks turning into the upside down world.
So Rittich on FanDuel is at 20.5. By the way,
man,
you're getting value on DK. Shout out DK. Promo code THPN.
There you go, DK.
There you go.
Let's go, baby. Get that, lock that 21.5 in, and then arbitrage it on what's it called? See if you can land right on the number.
This is so FanDuel does have Pettersson shots on goal. I'm going to take the under 1.5 at -113.
Man, insane.
I hate this game. Can we go on?
I mean, the under seems like a smash spot, right?
Yeah, I mean, Lankinen's been good. As bad as this team's been, Lankinen's been.
That's true. Good. Well, yeah, the Rittich is the concern, huh? But
DeBrusk over 1.5.
Yeah, it looks fine.
All right, let's. Are we good to move on?
Can
we go?
Sorry, Tyson.
Mm-hmm. All right, tomorrow's.
Yeah. Fiala's 1 goal away from 200. I don't mind that luck. He's been pretty good.
Yeah. Good. So maybe a shot.
And he has goals in 2 straight, goals in 5 of his last 6 games. So he has the eye on the prize.
Maybe a little Crookshank, Fiala, goalie. Oh, yeah, that's right. Bosser has that crazy.
Yeah, but he's playing on a third line with fucking LOC or DOC and Pew Suter.
Fiala 200. Are you taking it or no?
I think I have to do that, unfortunately.
All right.
God damn it. I'm just going to add a bunch of goal scorers tonight and just hope I don't burn all my money.
Shout out
Big
Angus.
Val would be a nice one. First game back. Gets on board.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind sprinkling Val.
Yeah. I'm assuming we're not doing a parlay tonight.
I thought we were doing a Crookshank, Miles Wood, and Brock Besser goal parlay.
Yeah.
Besser or Fiala?
I'm trying to think of the ones that I wouldn't want.
Crookshank, Miles Wood, and Kevin Fiala to score.
Wait, somebody. Let me take a look at these Vancouver lines. I know somebody's got to be in a weird spot, right? Hoglander on the top line.
Not exciting. If you consider a line centered by Elias Pettersson, the top line, then
Tyson likes it.
I mean,
maybe he
Elias Pettersson point is -105. This is a dude that used to be -200 for a point,
or just be set at 1.5.
Yeah, I mean, this is the mighty have fallen.
Yeah. But now I'm taking this under 1.5 shots on goal tonight.
You know what's gonna happen tonight? It's gonna be Vancouver wins this game 4-2 for no reason. That's what's gonna happen tonight. Clip it, and no one's gonna understand why.
And
Rich will get pulled, and his under will hit.
Fiala, Miles Wood, Crookshank, anytime goal scorer parlay plus 20,937. A $10 wager nets you $2,093.
Please don't bet this, guys. Please don't bet that. You can throw.
I just want that on record.
Don't bet that. Don't bet that.
All right. Tomorrow, we'll rattle through these. Edmonton at Florida. Florida's on a 4-game losing streak, 0-3 since the break. They are the favorites tomorrow, -115. Florida -105. Still without Maddie, who's doing his media tour right now. Florida's 7-3 in their last 10, 1-1 since the break. Florida 17, 10-2 at home. Edmonton 16, 10-2 away. Florida forwards shots on goal look pretty good tomorrow. Bennett, Rodriguez, Verhaeghe are all looks that I have circled for shots. Any plays for you guys?
That old hate of Edmonton from his Calgary days, but I mean, I really like the value of an Edmonton money line here, to be honest. They haven't seemed quite right. They need a win. Florida's struggling. I don't know.
They were
crazy.
No, they were the dog earlier, and then they've since, I think they were plus money earlier today, and now they've moved to -115. I don't hate the Edmonton Oilers at all tomorrow.
Well,
so
I'm going to go against you guys on that one.
All right.
So earlier today, yes, you're correct. It was Florida was -120, I believe. And I thought that was a good price. And then it moved and continued to move. And then now I've bet it at -105. Florida had a dominant performance against Nashville, of course, but at home 4-0, right? You have a Edmonton team that has not been able to score against Tampa. It was a 4-1 game there. And they struggled against the Caps and struggle against the Flyers. They've given up 6 goals, 7 goals, and 4 goals in their last 3 games since the break. I'm on typically the side of if a team's cold and they can't kind of figure it out, I'm not the person that's going to be like, this is the game that's going to happen. I'd much rather ride the other side of it if I think there's value. And we're getting a team in Florida at home at -105 who has been playing all right since the break, despite the loss of Tkachuk. So, yeah, give me Florida -105.
Yeah.
All right.
All
right. Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm not super sold on this game either way, but you do make a good point there. So I don't hate that look at all. Any other plays here? Rodriguez has been firing lately. He's now bumped up to that 2.5 line. He's looked pretty good lately.
Wow. I didn't even know that.
I did not realize that.
Mm-hmm.
Did Bennett hit the other day? I didn't look back. I know he scored.
He missed one of those games and then he hit in the other, I think it was.
Yeah, I mean, I think if Bennett's back down to 2.5 bettable, I don't mind looking there as well.
Yeah.
Nurse shots, yeah. I don't hate that tomorrow at all.
Yeah, so. Florida's typically a good target for defensemen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or at least they used to be. I don't know if they still are.
All right. Anything else for you guys here?
Bennett is not great against Edmonton, but I don't think that's really going to matter, especially considering he plays with Matthew Tkachuk, who probably likes to play against Edmonton too.
All right.
Cool.
New York at Boston. Yeah, New York at Boston. Boston -112. New York -108. Both of these teams are on a 4-game losing streak. They're both 0-2 since the break. New York 12-12-5 on the road. Boston 18-9-5 at home. Target New York Islanders forwards for shots on goal tomorrow. Franco, did you have a play on this one?
This one, so this was -130 earlier today for Boston and has kind of moved against them a little bit. Not super far, but money's coming the opposite way a little bit against them. And I mean, can you really blame them? The Bruins blue line looks like this right now, in case you didn't know. Zadorov, Carlo, Lowry, Peak, Michael Callahan, and Parker Wotherspoon.
It's worse than the Vancouver roster.
That is a brutal. And I don't know if you guys were watching that Leafs game, but the Leafs were taking a ton of penalties.
Yeah.
And that kind of led to the situation. The Leafs played bad the first 2 periods, but both these teams are kind of to me. So I'm out, but I can't lay any kind of money on Boston. Let's put it that way.
No. Picklets is just catching ricochet shots everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Picklets brought up Rempe or whatever the other day he said. So did you guys know that Rempe has more goals than Elias Pettersson in 2025?
Wow.
The more you know. That's a good stat. Thanks for bringing that up.
Just throwing him through the mud.
What's up, Picklets?
Just dragging him now.
Is Rempe going to hit his season points total of 7?
Oh, I think he's got to be almost there, right?
Right? Remember we talked about that in our
I thought it was crazy.
New York Rangers team preview.
Yeah, whatever, man. That guy.
Wait, is Horvat out
for the Isles?
Mind you, I'm looking at goals on props.cash to take a look at his shots. There's no Dobson coming back.
Horvat played last game. He had 5 shots against the Isles.
He's like the
Rangers.
Only guy on the Islanders I can't find.
Dobson did play,
Dobson's out.
Is playing. He's expected back for this game, is what I read the other day. So Palmieri had 4 shots, 4 misses last game as well. So just a couple guys to maybe look at there.
Nelson and Horvat I had circled as well as Palmieri. For points too, Nelson's been pretty good as well against a leaky Boston team. So I like that. That's about all I got in this one. Anything else, Betsky?
No.
St. Louis at Washington. St. Louis plus 154, Washington at minus 185. This number is actually moving towards St. Louis, which is weird.
Wow.
Yeah. Total set at 5.5, minus 115 to the over. St. Louis 2-1 since the break. Same with Washington. Washington 18-5-6 at home this year. St. Louis 13-12-3 on the road. Why stop going back to Ovechkin shots?
Auto.
Yeah.
Auto bet.
Yep.
I mean, how many attempts do you have last game? I know he missed like 5.
So, I don't think it matters. Yeah.
It doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Just take it. I mean, St. Louis isn't the best shot target, but I don't think it matters. I think you just take it and move on. I don't have really an interest on sides here. I think Washington's a little priced high, and I think they can win, but I'm not trying to lay anything at that kind of price.
Yeah, your boy Smooth's been red hot, though, for the St. Louis Blues in terms of a point, so maybe look at him tomorrow.
Kyrou has really good history at 2.5 against the Caps. 6 of his last 7.
Fair.
Yeah. 35 attempts. All right. A Stadium Series preview. Columbus at Detroit. Detroit minus 148. Columbus plus 142. Total set at 6.5 here. Minus 102 to the over. Franco's already ready for the Stadium Series getting going. So, yeah. Columbus 2-0 since the break. Detroit 2-1 since the break. The only issue is Columbus is on the road here. So is this a Detroit game? Is this the game you target Detroit now? And then for the Stadium Series, you go back to Columbus?
I'm taking Columbus at the price.
Really?
I think to me, I put Detroit like minus 125, minus 130, and then seeing them at minus 150, I think it's just too much. I don't really care that Columbus is on the road. They won their last game on the road that I backed them. I backed them since they've come back, and I don't really care at this point. Like, yeah, I guess they haven't been as good on the road, but yeah, I don't know. I think there's value there. I think we'll see some goals. But yeah, I mean, at this point, just give me Columbus a plus money.
I mean, you can target any Detroit forward or defenseman for shots on goal. Columbus forwards look pretty good. Johnston, Fantilli, and on the Detroit side of things, Larkin. Yeah, Fantilli
playing for University of Michigan. Doesn't have great history against Detroit, but he's like a brand new player. This is the guy that was drafted and supposed to be drafted at 2nd overall in the Bedard draft. And right now he's probably making a case to be the top guy from that draft.
DeBrincat point I had circled as well. Raymond too. They're not on the same line, but I do like that Keen. Yep.
I mean, Fantilli is like Getzlaff with hair. It's awesome.
Cider shots.
He's been good, man.
Sneaky. Have started to pick it up. He hit his 2 the other night, and this is another prime target for him. So I like that as well. I'm probably just going to keep riding that, especially with this matchup against Columbus. Any other plays for you guys?
I think this is going to be a good game. I mean, these are the 2 teams fighting for that wild card spot, along with Ottawa. So this should be a fun game regardless.
Crawling in. Sabres. Not out of it yet.
By the way, I looked at Columbus's road record is abysmal. 9 and 20. I didn't realize it was that bad. So I'm out on that money line. I didn't realize it was that bad.
So you're gonna follow the path of Detroit tomorrow. Flip it.
No, I mean I'm not laying minus 150 on Detroit. I'm not ever gonna lay minus 150 on Detroit. I just can't do it. So especially with the way they've been playing, like blowing leads and stuff like that, their goaltending, they haven't been getting very good goaltending from. So, I'm just gonna stay off it and root for some goals, root for a good game.
You weren't suggesting that the Sabres are clawing back in it, were you?
Speaking of the Sabres. 6-1 in their last 7.
Nice.
They're only
6-1 in the last 7. They take on Carolina tomorrow night, plus 190. Carolina minus 230. I posted this tweet earlier. BetMGM, I don't know if it was like a coding error with covers or whatnot, but BetMGM had Carolina at plus 165 earlier today. I couldn't find it on the book, so I'm guessing it was just a coding error. But I was like, what an absurd line. Sabres, 6-1, 2-0 since the break. We just need to win 19 of our last 26 games to get in a good spot. So we're not dead yet. We're not dead yet. Don't give up hope.
No, you know what? I like them tomorrow. Carolina is off. The Rantanen trade has been terrible for them. I don't know.
Listen. You guys had Vancouver Canucks fans had hope this year. We didn't. So let's lower the expectations here.
Yeah, we got 3 of the lowliest fan bases or teams.
This show was
represented with the hosts here.
Yeah, the show is built on misery.
Yeah, so we get to dish it out. This is
and
our
just
time
laugh at everybody else's team when they stink.
Yeah.
Oh, you wanted to make the playoffs this year?
We've been born in this. You've merely just fallen into it this season, Tyson.
So can I just add something to this, because I don't want to take the Sabres here. I think there's value taking the Sabres in the right spot. I don't think this is it, just given the home road splits here. 9 and 17 for the Sabres on the road. Carolina, is weird and shit as they've been this season, 21 and 7 at home. So, they haven't looked great these last couple of games. This is like the recipe for a blowout, I think. So I'm not taking either side, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm just going to stay off. So I kind of worry about this being like that type of 6-1 type of game where they just shellac them.
Yeah, unfortunately, I agree with you on that. Bunch of revenge angles, though, I guess, if you want to call
Eric
that.
Robinson.
Tyson Jost.
Oh, jeez.
Taylor Hall.
Microphone.
What a crew of bandits that is.
Robinson I could get behind, but like those
Robinson,
I had to
Jost,
think about
and
the Taylor
Hall.
Hall one. I was like, wait, he didn't play
I forgot about Taylor
and it's
Hall.
like, oh yeah, he's on Carolina. And then it's like, well, wait, he didn't play for Buffalo. And then it's like, oh yeah, he did play for Buffalo.
Yeah. I like that, Dave. Yeah. Rob Ray sparks the turnaround for the Sabres here. I like it.
Yeah.
Even Will Carrier too. Or Carrier. He played for the Sabres for a bit too.
Don't remember that.
Don't remember that either.
Yeah,
Great.
The three you could even. The
I
three-headed
think Will
horseman.
Carrier's on IR anyway, so we can just move on from that.
The three-headed horseman tomorrow: Taylor Hall, Tyson Jost, and Eric Robinson.
Right.
You're going to look at the stats after the game, and they're just going to have zeros across the board for every single.
It's going to be 6-1, and they're all going to be -1.
Oh God.
Yeah. No, you summed it up pretty well. Yep.
Those aren't all the games tomorrow, right?
I do think
no. We got.
I do
more.
think there's value in taking the Sabres in the right spots in the next coming weeks here. They've looked a little bit better, but this is not it. Let's put that.
Yeah. Way. Okay. I can agree with that.
Calgary.
Oh my God, we got Philly and Pittsburgh again.
Yeah,
baby.
Yep.
Don't worry, we'll get there. Right.
Calgary at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay -218. Calgary +180. Total set at 5.5. -130 to the over. Calgary 2-0 since the break. Tampa Bay has won 6 straight games. 27-2 at home. Calgary 11-11-4 on the road. Little Tampa Bay in regulation, but I'm betting that price is going to be around -160 if I'm guessing correctly. Knock 50 cents off the price. -140.
-140. Yeah, I mean this is just there's no value here, man. I mean, maybe you can get Braden Point at 3 shots again.
That's
what I would be doing.
Kadri too has been pretty good.
On Monday that he's every other game at home.
Oh shit, yeah. So he's gonna miss. Braden Point under shots on goal. Next.
Kadri's shots have been unbelievable lately.
Yeah.
I don't know what his splits are, but he's definitely worth a look tomorrow when checking out this game.
Huberdeau Point could be all right too.
Yep.
I think there's going to be some goals because, man.
Even his shots too. Even his shots haven't been bad too at that 2 mark.
They hired the old Florida Panthers scorekeeper to go on the road with the Flames. Just kidding.
What a retirement tour that would be from Florida to Calgary.
Man, I would love it if Huberdeau hired that guy to just like audit the scorecards every night.
Yeah. San Jose at Montreal. Montreal -218. San Jose +180. Total set at 6.5. +114 to the over. Shots. Lil John, everybody, shots. Both sides of the ice. Tyler Toffoli, revenge game. Look at him.
Tyler Toffoli. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
one of the 9 teams he played for.
He's not like the most vengeful guy, though, man.
That's why. I mean, that would be like Elon Musk having to be vengeful against all 13 of his kids. How do you pick one to be vengeful against when you got that many? Name all the teams Tyler Toffoli's been on.
We'd be here for the next 2 hours trying to think of it. Yeah.
Pretty much every single team on the Pacific.
Kings, Canucks.
Yep. Sharks now.
Sharks.
Yep.
Jets.
Calgary.
Yeah.
Montreal.
It's like the Shaq rainbow jersey.
Yeah.
Tyler Toffoli's just got the rainbows in his basement just hanging up.
He's the new Lee Stempniak.
So you can get this line at over 6 at -110 on a few books. I love it. The last game between these 2 games was 4-3, but the last game between these 2 teams, if I could speak, was 4-3. So I think both these teams have scoring and not a lot of defense. So yeah, give me over 6 -110.
Don't mind that.
No.
I mean, there's no reason to not do Celebrini 2.5.
Yep.
I mean, it's going to be a parlay piece, but geez. I mean, maybe one of the most consistent shooters we've had in a long time. And granted, like, he gets set at 3.5 all the time, but just take it down. Who cares?
I like it.
Like 3.5 guys like McKinnon and stuff will just have those dud games, same as Kaprizov and stuff. Celebrini at 3 has just been like
last year was the season of the 3.5 guys. If they were kind of the main ones you could trust, this season feels like it's the exact opposite of you're looking at the guys at 1.5 being like just somehow get 2 pucks on net. So
yeah, that's funny. I used to hate betting 1.5 guys.
Yeah,
because they wouldn't hit.
This year it's like
they never had volume, and it's weird. That's weird.
Our defensemen for Montreal, just with San Jose being so historically bad against defensemen, aren't the best, but I would be interested in maybe seeing if we get Matheson, especially at 1.5.
Yep.
Speaking of,
yep.
And then maybe at some point here,
he's like fallen off a cliff though, hasn't he?
He has. Oh, you know what? I take that back. Ditch that. Just go Slavkovsky, man. He's hot as hell right now, and that guy is a streaky point producer.
Philly at Pittsburgh again. These teams matched up last night. Philly won 6-1.
Crush them.
Yeah, Philly's on a 3-game win streak. Pittsburgh 4-game losing streak. Pittsburgh looks like dog water. Just absolutely awful. Prime spot for Letang to hit his shots on goal number. Nope. Prime spot for Carlson to hit his shots on goal number. Nope.
Yep. Right back to Konechny here at 2.5. His history against Pittsburgh's insane.
And Tippett.
What about Mitchkov?
And Tippett.
And Mitchkov.
He's been firing like crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I like some point stacks here because I think we'll probably get. You would like to think that Pittsburgh would be able to put up more than one this time. So that Tippett Mishkov line has been so difficult for opponents to handle lately. It's kind of crazy. It took so long for them to kind of either get chemistry together or be on the line long enough together. I don't know, Franco, you watch the redheaded team more than I do. So, and then Crosby with either Raquel or Rust is probably a nice little point stack if you want to do 2 like line mate point stacks.
LL Tyson's in here just like trying to talk shit.
This is turned into a hate watch for Picklets.
Yeah, honestly, guys, I want the Flyers to lose. You realize that, right? Like, I want the Flyers to have a top 5 pick so we can like continue to add talent around, because that's the only way they're going to build. So I don't really want the Flyers to win. Like, they've been winning and they look good and it's kind of remotely fun. But I'm a more long term guy where I want more pieces around Michkov. So just come on, take some L's, guys. I do think this is a Pittsburgh spot, to be honest with you. I don't love it. But, you know, the rapid revenge thing, Pittsburgh's at home. I don't know that I can pull the trigger because Pittsburgh's just dreadful right now. But
yeah,
it feels like it's more of a Pittsburgh spot than it is a Philly spot, just given the situation.
Feels like an under more than backing Pittsburgh spot.
Yeah, but like it's so difficult to back Pittsburgh and it's so difficult to back an under when what you've seen from that blue line and from that goaltending. And I mean, and then if the Flyers don't put out Urson and we get Fedotov or I mean, like that could really be sketchy. But yeah, watch it be a 3-2 game, and then
McKenna's gonna look really good in a Pittsburgh jersey, huh? just like Chicago, you just go away from Kane and you get Bedard.
Yeah, it must be nice to just be gifted players like every year. It must be nice.
I don't know if he's talking. Yeah, Chikrin at 3 for tomorrow.
I was really eyeing him yesterday, and I kind of backed down, but that was dumb.
Yeah, me too. I decided to go with his point and his goal as opposed to his shots. But yes, I think it's worth a look. He's playing with confidence right now. Let's put it that way.
Yep.
All right, Winnipeg at Nashville.
Can we just skip this one?
Winnipeg's 10-0, Nashville 1-2.
Just one thing.
I got one too. So you
actually
go first.
Two things.
Okay.
All right.
I just realized the second thing. First thing, if Winnipeg loses tonight, then you take them -120 tomorrow. I don't care if Comrie's starting. If Winnipeg wins tonight, maybe take Nashville.
There you go. Great.
Maybe take Nashville. But with all that being said, Nino Niederreiter, 2 shots.
Yes. That's why it's circled. Yep. Niederreiter, huge game tomorrow. Yes.
He loves revenge.
Yes, I had him circled. So glad you pointed
that was
out.
the one that came up when I was like in the middle of talking. It just my brain like lightning struck me.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Does Kyle
He
Connor
is a
show up
person.
against Nashville too? I feel like he's kind of a divisional guy.
He's
person.
certainly a person.
Certainly,
Who's
a
the
person.
team that Kyle Connor like absolutely kills? I feel like it is Nashville, like where he has
do
like
too.
5 shots every time, right? Or is that somebody else?
Yes, it is. It is because
Okay.
it's him and Leon. Same,
Okay.
both hate Nashville for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
like
so
one
Connor
makes
and
sense.
Leon.
We're
One
rooting for the
doesn't.
Sens tonight, guys. Let's root for the Sens.
Yes.
And then
Yep.
tomorrow, Winnipeg wins like 7-1, and like
Yep.
all the things happen. Sound good?
Watch. For them, we're going to look
Sounds
at their history on no days rest, and Niederreyer's going to like have missed in his last 10, and so is Kyle Connor, and it's going to all.
And
it's going to be great.
Scare us off to do it, but because what goes up must come down, they'll hit.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
it'll just be a nice 1.5 minute segment on the expected bets for show that help nobody make a decision, and then they all hit. Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
They are people. Minnesota at Utah. Utah minus 155. Minnesota plus 130. 5.5 total.
The Mammoths need a win, man. The Mammoths need a win again.
Mm-hmm.
They are fighting for a playoff spot. I look at that Minnesota lineup and it's like, how the hell are they still winning games? But
how many shots?
they just lost to Detroit, right?
Yeah, they lost 3-2.
But
how many attempts did Keller have in his last game? He had something ridiculous in his last game. Keller was just shooting like
Chicago
crazy.
last night. They had like 92 shot attempts.
Yeah.
I'm not over exaggerating.
No. I know
exaggeration. I saw was like 120, but it was
93 to like 32 or something.
Yes.
Like shot attempts. Yeah, I said, and then Seth Jones was pissed. It's like, yeah, no shit. You decided to go there, like.
Well,
did he really decide to go there?
He didn't.
That's Keller, Gunther, Cooley,
Bukestad,
Hayton,
Cooley, University of Minnesota.
Yep.
With Seamus Casey. Or Seamus Casey,
whatever
which you
want.
guys all have circled for March 30th and 29th, right?
Yes.
You have a reminder in your calendar that just says Casey.
Okay. Just that, nothing else.
Yep. Cooley, Bukestad. There's tons of Minnesota connections. I feel like we've done this several times this year. No Eriksson Ek, no Kaprizov. I don't want to touch anybody on Minnesota.
Boldy.
Maybe Rossi.
Boldy's been kind of taking over.
Boldy.
That shots on goal mark. Rossi
didn't hit the other
night.
McBain.
Yep.
McBain was from Minnesota before they traded him to Arizona.
Give me Minnesota money line plus 130. Sorry. I was waiting until you were done.
I know. I don't trust the Mammoth either.
Picklets infiltrated the show.
So reason being, hold on, let me pull up the home road splits. But
I have it right here.
Utah's splits are pretty bad, as we know.
Yep.
They have won a couple games in a row now here, so they're kind of building a little bit of momentum.
12-6 at home. Minnesota 21-7-3 on the road.
Yeah, but add those overtime losses to the loss column because that's what really matters. So 11-18 at home, right? For
and if
Utah.
technically the last two wins at home were against some of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah,
Chicago,
exactly. So I'm not like getting fired. And honestly, like Betsky, I did say this the other day. I'm actually excited to back Utah in the right spots going forward right now. They're healthy. Dursey's back, which is massive. Yep. I feel like this team is finally what they were at the beginning of the season. It's been forever since this line's been together in this capacity. So I'm excited for them to close out the season. And I think there's spots to back them, but not minus 155 with that home record. I think there's value on Minnesota here, given their 21-10 on the road and at plus 130. I get Eriksson Ek is out, but they've been doing it despite the injuries. So I know.
How about this? Give me a draw. Give me a draw.
I don't mind that. And I will back Bukestad props as well. If I can get his 1.5 shots.
They give you. Yeah.
Otherwise I'll just take his goal. And I officially locked in those 3 scrubs for Senators tonight right now as we're talking. So.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Let's go, baby. One of them's hitting. I don't know who. Maybe both. Wait, Tyson, why didn't I back who on Sunday? Minnesota or Utah?
2 games ago, Chicago at Vegas. Vegas minus 395. Chicago plus 310. Chicago on a 4-game losing streak. 0-3 since the break. Vegas 1-1 since the break. Another one of these matchups where the home and away splits are just crazy. Vegas 26-3 at home. Chicago 6-19-4 on the road. Vegas shots on goal. Dorofeyev, Howden, Eichel. That's what I got. Any looks for you guys?
Just that. Chicago first period money line.
What?
Yeah, they've been cashing first period money lines.
Okay.
No team should be minus 400 in this league. So that's how you do it. If you win it, you win it. If they push, you push. If they lose, then you're getting plus 300 or plus 200 first period or whatever it is. So
First period over 1.5?
No, just first period money line. Plus 245.
Yep.
On Chicago.
I like it. Betsy,
Just a
anything for
sprinkle.
you in Chicago, Vegas?
No.
Perfect. Vancouver, Anaheim. Anaheim money line. See you later, Picklets.
Yep.
Both teams 0-2 since the break.
I do want that. I do want Anaheim.
Yeah,
money line.
you do want Anaheim money line?
Yes.
Yeah, I look at
bet it.
McTavish point.
I already bet it.
It's been heating up again.
I'm not even trying to be a dick, Picklets.
Yeah.
I was working through this problem earlier today, right? So like if the Canucks win tonight against the Kings, I want Anaheim because they're going to be high, they're going to be feeling great, right? You know, they're feeling good, and then they let down versus Anaheim. If they lose versus the Kings tonight, I still want Anaheim because I'm getting the worst goaltender. And they still suck. So it's like a lose-lose. There's no reason for me to back the Canucks tomorrow.
Jackson Lacombe shots just keeps on cashing.
Yeah.
Just keeps on cashing.
1.5.
So, yep. So I like that again.
He is a 1.5 hero.
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 He could be the shots on goal MVP this season. He's in
could
contention.
be the 1.5 darling. Yeah.
Yes.
Him and Celebrini at 3, Lacombe at 2, and then who would be our 4 guy? None of them. I guess Ovi now.
Yeah. Kaprizov for a while.
Comarini Ovi.
The 2.5 could even be Verhaeghe after his stretch. Werenski. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
At the 3.5 or 2.5. Yeah.
So the Lacomarini or Lacomarini ski parlay tomorrow.
We'll workshop that one. We'll let you guys know. Any other plays that you guys got?
No,
we'll put out a parlay for tomorrow. Tonight's slate's just kind of horrible, to put it lightly, but yeah.
I can't wait till these like ridiculous guys score a goal tonight. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Sander
saves.
Batherson 2-3 ladder.
Was anyone on Allmark saves tonight or no?
No.
No. Yeah. Neither mine.
No. I'm telling you, they're thinking about that flight right now. They're literally like they're sitting in the locker room. You know, they're lacing up their skates. They're like, God damn it, I gotta hop on a flight to Nashville tomorrow. This sucks.
Cross country.
Fucking Ottawa.
They're not cross country. International flight.
That's what they're doing right now. I'm telling you. That is literally what's going through their heads.
Yeah.
Franco, what is your card for tonight?
Oh, so dude, look at that Shank Hog goal parlay.
Angus Hog. Brooke Shank Hoglander goal, yeah.
Damn.
So I
Could
officially
be like
have
shank hog too,
Yep.
like
hog
crook
shank.
hog. Yeah,
It's a new cut of meat.
yeah,
Yeah, like
Shank
head
hog.
cheese.
yeah.
Has anybody
shank.
ever eaten head cheese?
I feel like this is a joke. Like it's
Have you not seen head cheese?
that is a
It's
thing,
No.
but I
disgusting.
can't. No, I can't.
It looks like
No.
jelly.
I
I
can't
thought you
read
were
it
saying,
based
like,
on
floating
what it
around
looks
it.
like and what it
Mm.
is called. So no.
It's like a deli meat.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I mean,
There's
deli
like
meat's
green,
already on
like
the cusp
neon
of
green,
being
like jello
weird.
green things hanging around, just floating around in head cheese. Yeah.
I don't think they have that
Yeah,
up in
this is
Canada. Probably
not a
that's pure probably
Sunday
pure
Sunday
American
morning
thing.
after being out till 4 a.m. head cheese. This is different.
Jesus. Before we sign
Anyway,
off, yeah,
my card for tonight
yes, your
is
card for tonight.
I locked in those three like absolute whatever
I wish I could
you want
just
to call
pull
those
images
players
in
for the Sens tonight. Give me Crookshanks and Gaudette and Ridley Gregg, each of them to score goals. I grabbed them at 0.2 units each, so don't go breaking your bank account. All right, guys, but plus 800 on Crookshanks on FanDuel, plus 400 on Ridley Gregg. I believe that was on DK or FanDuel, and then Gaudette goal at plus 550. That's on 365. So, and then I have Avs money line at minus 130. I still don't mind it at minus 142. And I will likely probably be adding like a Miles Wood prop and for sure that Nishushkin shot prop. Or maybe a sprinkle on Seamus Casey at plus 1500.
I like it.
Sorry.
I have Sandberg over 1.5 block shots. Sanderson 3+ shots on goal, plus 142 on FanDuel. Be sure to shop around that one. Shout out Betsky for that pick. Nishushkin, again, 3+ shots on goal, plus 146 on FanDuel, plus 125 on DK. So be sure to shop that line as well. And then Elias Pettersson under 1.5 shots on goal.
Man. Wow. I hope you get it too. I mean, you should.
I can't wait for him to have like 7 attempts and 1 shot on goal. Like this is his big game back.
No,
nothing.
I don't even want him to have the attempts in this. I just want him to have another just like.
What if he scores
out?
What if he scores on 1 shot tonight, though?
That's ideal. That's what happened to Rossi the other night. Last night, he scored early in the first period and just finished with 1 shot on goal. Yeah, it's a curse.
I want him to have 1 attempt and 0 shots for you. Just sweat free.
Yeah, sweat free. Don't forget Fiala is at 200, trying to get to 200 goals.
Oh yeah,
too.
Yeah,
probably add that.
Betsky, well. What is your card looking like for tonight?
I do like the Nishushkin shots as well. Just like Franco said, that price, just take it. I mean, if you miss, whatever. I mean, obviously, we're not trying to make you lose money or giving you bad advice here, but you're going to be.
That would be a great premise for a show. Our after show is just all of our worst bets where you just come to lose money. That could be our hit show.
We do this like Trent. Isn't that the point of Trent, right? That's the whole point of Trent, right?
To not take.
No, that would be a great show. Oh.
I took Batherson plus Sanderson at 2 and then at 3, and it was pretty much even money at the 2s, and then at 3s it was plus 400.
That's probably
even
fair.
if you get the real head cheese, that is
it's a no win situation right there. Yeah.
I'll send you a picture, Tyson, when I go to the grocery store next time. I don't even know if
the ones on Google actually isn't nearly as disgusting as seeing it live. It's a different thing when you see it live and packaged.
I'll ask the deli guy to like hold it up. I'll be like, hey, can I like get a look at that?
Oh, here, you want the description? This is the official description. Head cheese, also known as brawn or sauce. Jesus. Is a meat jelly made of pig or calf head. Use it as a spread. Ingredients: chopped and boiled pig's head, pig's feet, tongue, and heart, then some gelatin to hold it all together.
That's disgusting. That would be like the perfect like bet though.
There you go. Yeah. fancy football bet. You gotta go buy some head cheese and eat it.
Or just next year, all of our teams, whoever's got the worst records, got to take down a plate of head cheese on stream.
We had to send it to Tyson. We gotta like find a place that's gonna ship it to him and just send it to him. Tyson, send us your address, dude. We'll
put your address in the chat. We'll send it right now.
Oh, I bet you. You know what's fucked up? I bet you it tastes good. If you could close your eyes and not know what it is, I bet you it tastes good. I bet you it's salty and delicious. And
all right, appreciate everyone for watching today. We will be back on Friday. Any last words, Franco? Shout out the Stadium Series, I guess.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Make sure you use promo code XBETS4 for 50% off all of your Stadium Series gear, not team related.
No.
Stadium Series branded gear, flip-flops.
If it has
sunglasses,
NHL team's logo on it, it's not for sale. Promo code doesn't apply. Yeah. We don't want that. We just want the Stadium Series.
Yeah, those visors with the point, like the spiky hair.
Yeah, some foam fingers too of just I love Stadium
Series.
Yeah, Stadium. I Heart Stadium. There you go.
And then promo code XBETS4 at your local deli for 10% off 1 pound of head cheese. Best of luck tonight. Adios.
That's great. We may need a sponsorship now of finding a deli to send us up. Just getting a logo on.
Let's get Boar's Head on board. I know they have it. That's always.
I don't know. Boar's Head probably doesn't go.
All the different,
Boar's Head doesn't go that low. I feel like that's low tier.
Dude.
Or is that like the fancy tier? I have so many questions about this. This is just.
Maybe they don't.
The title of the podcast is going to be Head Cheese ? Just that's what's going to be, like nothing hockey related, just head cheese.
I'm just going to start saying sauce all the time.
Yeah, Sports Head makes head cheese. There's the one that looks really gnarly too. There's the one where it looks like floating meat chunks in a thing of jelly.
If I ever see somebody order that at the deli, I'm going to throw up.
This is crazy. All right, we gotta go before we it's already been an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Appreciate everyone for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed our discussion on a little bit of hockey and a whole lot of head cheese. So we will talk to you guys on Friday. Have a good one. See ya.